The Undertaker is one of the new characters in Nightreign's DLC, and the closest that FromSoft has come to Bloodborne content in the last 15 years. But what does she do exactly? She serves the niche of finally giving us a character that is built for all of the strength and faith weapons that, until now, were either going to waste or getting half value, because Revenant can't do a push-up and Raider can't even spell the word God. Just like Scholar, she suffers from the unique position of getting DLC privilege while also having horrible tooltips, so it's not your fault if you don't understand exactly how she works. Let's talk about her. The Undertaker's passive is that whenever a teammate ults near you, you get to ult for free. Yes, this is in the same game where Raider doesn't even have a real passive. You only have about 5 seconds to use the free ult, so if you have an Undertaker on your team, make sure that you don't ult while she's getting grabbed by something because she might not be able to ult with you if you do. Since her passive directly deals with it, let's talk about her ultimate next. She pulls this bone sword out of her mouth, flies forward, and hits the enemy. That's it. It only takes about 75% of the bar rather than the full bar, and that's because there's actually 2 parts to this. Remember what I said about DLC privilege. We'll get to the second part in a second, but this part of the ultimate is the only one that you can use for free. Keep that in mind. Also, whenever you dodge an enemy's blue attack, you can ult for free as well. Yeah. Next is her character skill, and this is probably one of my favorites in the game. You move significantly faster, you get damage resistance and poise, and you gain an attack boost for hitting enemies multiple times. The poise isn't as strong as Raider's, but unless the enemy hits you with a pretty massive attack, you can usually just stand and take it. This makes her incredibly good at trading, and in case her character skill didn't do enough, it also fully refills your stamina bar when you activate it. So you can start swinging on an enemy, and then when they go to retaliate, activate your skill and just keep swinging through it. Keep that in mind because later on I want to talk about my favorite build for her, and this mechanic and skill is a big part of it. Now, the last thing in her kit. If you hold down the character skill button while you have your ult, and keep in mind it has to be your full ult, it can't be the bonus one, you will go into a mode where you automatically dodge all attacks for 16 seconds, as well as getting a stronger than normal damage buff for hitting enemies multiple times. Now, with my playstyle, I don't typically find myself wanting to use this, but it's an incredibly good way to get time to res a teammate because you're effectively immortal for 16 seconds. It's just annoying because the auto dodge will interrupt your damage, so a lot of the time it's almost better to just dodge yourself anyway. As for builds. Now, the Undertaker has one of my favorite stat spreads in the game. She has high health, high strength, and high faith. This opens up a lot of options for her. She can use seals to do spell damage, she can use any strength weapon in the game pretty effectively, and if you find one of the strength faith weapons, she feels genuinely unfair. And a big part of that is because a lot of her bonus effects will increase her damage, just blanket with an attack buff. I've managed to get up to +6 attack buffs at once on her, which is enough to just melt through anything in the game. Now, as for how I like to play her, I really like to lean into the stamina regen from activating your ability and the super armor that it gives you in order to stand and trade with enemies while getting an attack boost because I'm just swinging. To help me with this, I take stamina restored upon landing attacks, apply Scarlet Rot to weapon when you're hit, gain an attack buff for taking damage, heal when afflicting Scarlet Rot, and then of course the most important passive and the only one that isn't on a relic, attacking enemies after taking damage will heal you. This build lets you just stand and swing on almost anything in the game. When you are going to get hit, just activate your skill, and you'll more than likely tank through it and be able to just keep swinging, as well as getting all your stamina back. And if you ever don't get fully healed, the Scarlet Rot that you'll apply from taking the hits will give you passive regen that will bring you back to full HP anyway. I've been walking through the game with this build. I cannot stress this enough, it is so much fun. And if you ever are scared of taking a hit, while her character skill is active, she does get an improved dodge, so you don't have to tank everything if you look at something and think, oh yeah, that is going to kill me. Overall, The Undertaker is Bloodborne at home. You go in, you be aggressive, you get your hits in, and the character just works. I absolutely adore her. I'm so glad we finally have somebody who can make good use of weapons like Marika's hammer, and I'm really excited to see what people figure out with her and what other crazy stuff you can do. aside from using her ultimate to just fly around, which, admittedly, is very fun. But yeah, that's about everything you need to know to play the Undertaker, and until next time, see ya.